welcome back to another episode of Dead Left Paul. I just spent $193 to better my life. I think it's working. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. So it's at 99% right now, and I'm just gonna turn on the refrigerator for the first time. I gotta spray paint this guy black because obviously I love the red, but you know, this one's gonna be inside. So gotta go ahead and make it incognito. Not too shabby guy. It almost even looks professional. At this rate, I might even be able to use my stove again. So I'm putting these sticky things on the bottom of the microwave so it doesn't go ahead, you know, and slide around. Hey, just giving it a little test. Look, I got a freaking microwave. Do have to say this thing sucks an ungodly amount of energy, bro. Like the fan that I use, this big fan, is about 50 watts. The refrigerator is only about 34 watts. Check on it. Oh yeah, that's freaking dope. I'm gonna go ahead unplug this one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think it's this one. I'm gonna unplug, that's the microwave. I'm gonna unplug the microwave, and then, you know, obviously I'm not gonna have the microwave plugged in all the time, but the refrigerator is plugged in all the time. Look how freaking perfectly everything fits in with the thing in the middle. Watch, look, I push it a little bit, boom. It's legitimately perfect. Look at it. It's nice and cold. One downside, it does have to stay open a little bit like that, but it's taped on the inside of the truck, just in case if it rains. But I mean, the gap is already so small that, I mean, it really shouldn't be a problem. No, actually, I pay $0 per year. That's actually the perfect little quote for it, right? Life reimagined. Then as soon as I hang up my coats, bro, closes perfectly. Boy just went ahead, woke up from a damn good nap. But before I napped, I went down to the stove. I went down to the goddamn stove, pick up me some goddamn butter. I gotta say, man, that was really nice. I'm on the side of the highway. I gotta say that that was a very good nap. That was a very good nap because I'm actually gonna go to a different location and then fall asleep. The nice part about it was I'm hearing something way up there in the bushes. Oh no. The nice part about it was that I got to fall asleep. Yeah, I got to buy beef. I got to buy raw meat and be able to buy it and then fall asleep for as long as I needed to, and then not have it rot. Because if you don't know, you need to refrigerate raw meat. It's literally so perfect that I got 2 of them, because it is very thin plastic, so I don't know if it's gonna warp or not, but I mean these ones were at the perfect size. So what's next for the boy? So once it's a little bit more warm outside, later on today, once the sun comes up, I'm going to cook everything. I'm gonna cook everything. That'll be really nice to have some meals, not just one meal, because that was the main issue of cooking beef and then having one meal and then having no meals after it. But with this, I'm going to be able to, you know, I can't eat that whole thing of beef. I probably could, but the point is I'll have like 3 or 4 days worth of food already cooked up, already ready to go. And hopefully now, if everything, you know, sticks together, I'll be able to eat healthy again, and I'll be able to hopefully treat my body a little bit better. And I'm being a hypocrite right now because nothing's cooked right now, right? And then I'm gonna go get something to eat, which is probably gonna be at a fast food place because it's like freaking 3:30 in the morning. But this setup, the thing that really like made it a must for me, I need to buy a Sprinter van, right? was the microwave and the refrigerator. Because when I was in the hotel room and I cooked all those meals when we traveled up to San Juan Bautista, I almost felt like invincible. I didn't eat fast food that entire time. And I like fast food, and I'm gonna continue to eat fast food, but it's just like I want it to be like 90% that I'm eating healthy, and like 10% of like treats, or like, I got a little craving for something or something like that. But with this, the red meat, of course, red meat gets a lot of hate in social media and overall information. The knowledge of the crowd, like say if we don't like somebody, we will literally, grab them, take them, put them on a cross, pin them up, and then hang them there until they are dead. That's the mentality of the crowd. The mentality of the individual is being able to step back, look at what's going on, assess the situation, and then make the right decision. But people don't do that. People don't do that because they are a crowd. They put as many people around them as they possibly can, and they go with whatever, is the popular thing to do, which that's not the right way. That's not the right way. With red meat being a man having testosterone, it's like red meat helps the production of new testosterone. What happens if you have like no red meat? It's like, yes, there's vegan ways to get testosterone, but that's, if you think of like, why we are human beings on this planet, of what we ate in our past, we weren't going around just eating a whole bunch of plants. We would go out and hunt. And, grown men kind of ruin this, of like, they hunt because it's a manly thing to do. And I don't think it's all right. I might make videos in the future of me learning how to hunt or whatever. I don't know what my future is going to be. But I'm making it the best that I possibly can. I'm making the best doing my part, man. Yeah, you can't go wrong. You can't. My camera was zoomed in that whole fucking time. And but it's whatever. That's perfectly fine. I thought it was kind of funny. I didn't realize my camera was zoomed in. But it's just like, if for me personally, I need to, of course I'm 350 pounds, right? I need to lose weight, but I think that people just do it wrong. I think I'd say about 85% of all the information on YouTube about losing weight is wrong. I think that, like, maybe in like 2014, like around that time, there's some good information about losing weight, because people take it so seriously. People take it like, oh my God, if you pick up the 10-pound dumbbells instead of the 5-pound dumbbells, bro, you're going to get cancer, bro. You're going to get cancer, bro. And it's just like, chill the fuck out, bro. It's like people back in like the 70s or like the 90s or whatever, they used to take, of course I'm not saying do this, but like they used to take like a can of spray paint and just with like a towel on it and huff it for a high. And they're still alive today. It's like, we need to chill the fuck out about like losing weight. So for me personally, it's like, of course, like I want to lose weight, but at the same time, I need to get like a lot bigger, because even my biceps is so, there's a lot of skin. There's a lot of skin, but it needs to be filled. It needs to be filled with muscle. You know, like I need to have massive biceps. I actually, when I was going around and I was looking for a refrigerator that specifically can plug into the car, I went to this place and they had 55-pound dumbbells, which I really want for the truck, because my 30-pound dumbbells are very nice, but it's just like, to grow my biceps to as big and as thick as they need to be, you need heavy weight. And these 30s, like I'm learning with them, and they're very good, but I do need a little heavier weight. I need to be struggling with that weight. With these 55, the reason why I like them so much, because they were Nike. There were Nike dumbbells, and I like top of the line stuff. You guys look at my truck. I got my freaking $10,000 Supreme backpack. I like nice things. I like the dumbbells that I seen, but they were like $105 a piece.